Hi there, welcome back. This is part 3 of my Obanai Iguro crochet Halloween costume series. In this video, I'm going to be doing his boots, his mask, his belt, and his socks. In my last video, I did his Demon Slayer uniform, and I did a top and a skirt. And in the video before that, I did his howdy. And so now I'm kind of focusing on his accessories, just to kind of bring the costume to life. So yeah. It's kind of helpful that his costume, or like his outfit, is pretty much the same 3 colours repeated, or 3 or 4. White, black, gold, navy. For his belt, I'm going to use this plain white cotton yarn. I believe it's Everyday Double Knit by Hobbycraft. And then I will use this thread to make it all sparkly. This is from Go Handmade at Hobby. And then I found this little belt buckle in like my local fabric shop, and they just had a box of these old gold buckles that nobody wanted. So I think I got this for like £1, which is an absolute bargain, but I thought this worked really well for his vibes, I guess. Yeah. And then for his face mask, I'm also, again, gonna be using the same because it's a white face mask. And then to do his socks / leg warmers, I'm gonna be using the white again, and then I'm gonna match it with navy Twister Solid by Hobby. This is also cotton yarn, and I'll double up this. So I'll double this up because it can be a little bit thin when you're working with it, and I want to make sure that I try to keep like the same kind of tension and gauge for all of it, for all the colours and everything. And then I have this black glitter thread, also by Hobby, that is left over from my Howry. And then navy Twister Solid, and blue thread cone. So yeah, all of this will be linked down below. And then to do his boots, so admittedly I kind of jumped the gun and I started on his boots. I am slightly regretting my decision to rhinestone them because it looks amazing, but I do not have the time for this. So yeah, and then I am using super glue to stick on these navy rhinestones. It's actually looking really cool. I'm so excited. I might need to order more of these, and I might need to get more super glue. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of rhinestoning before, and the things that I have rhinestoned have been like really small, or like just a little bit of lettering and things. So the boots, I'm freehanding. I'm just kind of going all in and hoping it'll work. They're a bit smooth on the bottom, and there's a lot of cobblestone streets where I live, so I'm probably gonna have to sand the bottom of these so that they're a bit more stable and secure for when I walk around in there. The first thing I'm gonna make is I'm gonna do the belt. I'm gonna use this little gold belt buckle as the base, and I'm gonna use my white yarn and my white glitter thread. And as like a basis for how I'm doing it, I'm going to be using Tommy Sheep's crochet belt pattern. I'm not going to be following it exactly, but this principle is pretty much the same. The only difference really is that their belt buckle has this little thing on the edge rather than in the middle, so they start crocheting from the edge, whereas I'm going to start crocheting from the middle. So yeah, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. So yeah. So I'm using a 4mm crochet hook. I can't remember if I said that already or not. And I've started crocheting it, and I've done 4 single crochets on either side of the whatever this little bit is called. This is honestly no joke. This is actually really tricky, but so fiddly, and everything just keeps moving. Okay, so to help me keep track of how many rows I have and how many more I'm going to do, I'm gonna put stitch markers periodically throughout. So I think I'll do it every 20 rows. Yeah, and then we'll just see how it goes. Okay, I've done 180 rows, which I think is going to be long enough. So now I'm just going to do the decreasing to create the little point at the top. In their video they add like little gaps along the last few rows, so that you can like buckle it up and everything. I don't think I need to do that because the gaps are big enough for this thing, whatever this is called, to go through and sit comfortably. So yeah. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. So now I'm just going to do the little strap that goes around to keep it in place. Okay, my strap is 21 rows long by 3 single crochets. So I'm going to sew it together and then sew in the ends and just slide it on, and then the belt's done. Okay, so the belt is done now, and the next thing I'm going to do is his face mask. To make his face mask or face covering that he wears, I'm going to be using Handmade by May's crochet face mask tutorial, and I'm pretty much going to be following it to a T, so it'll be really simple and easy to do. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to do different is when they get to the half double crochets in the middle from the second row onwards, they do a normal half double crochet instead of doing one to back or a front loop. I'm going to do mine through the back loop as well, just to really try give that like almost bandagey look that his face covering has. But otherwise it's pretty much the same as what she's doing. Okay, so I've done 15 rows in total. Not 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 rows in total instead of 16. And now I'm going to do the ear loops. Okay, now the last thing is to weave in the ends and then the mask is done. And that's it, we're done. Okay, and now the next thing is going to be the leg warmers. So I'm gonna move on to the leg warmers now, and this is probably gonna be one of the trickier parts of the costume because it's going to involve a few color changes because I want to have the stripes for them horizontal, but I want to have I want 2 bands of blue ribbing at the top and bottom of each leg warmer, and the easiest way to do that is to kind of sew it as one big piece and then do the stripes with the blue on them. Yeah. So to start, you need 2 measurements. You need the circumference or the width of the point, however high you want the leg warmer to reach, you need the circumference of that point. So I want mine just above my knee, not quite mid-thigh, but somewhere between there, which for me is about 36. So I'm actually really, lucky that that's such an easy number to divide. And then I want it to be 46 centimeters long. I can't remember if I said this already, but the length of mine is going to be about 46. So that's from the point above my knee to where the rhinestones start on the boots. So first things first is I am going to chain the length needed for 46 centimeters using the navy yarn and a 4mm crochet hook. Okay, so for me, I needed 78 chains. So I'm going to add another chain for the turning stitch, and then in the next 10 stitches I'm going to add 10 single crochets. Okay, then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a half double crochet with the navy yarn and then finish it with the white yarn so that we get a color change and we start working with the white yarn. And then I'm going to half double crochet with the white yarn for the next, well, just until I have 11 stitches left.
Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing that I did at the beginning and start a half double crochet in the white, and then, where is it? There. And then connect it to a different ball of blue yarn, of navy blue yarn, and do a colour change. And then do a half double crochet and then 10 single crochets. Okay, now I've turned one, I've chained one and turned, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the second row, and just do all the stitches in the back loop of the previous row, because this will start giving it the ribbing effect. You'll kind of want to know roughly how many stripes, if you're wanting it stripy, how many stripes you'll want. So because my width will be my width will be 36 centimeters, that's a really easy number to divide, and I get, you know, an even amount of rows and an even width. So I'm gonna do stripes. I'm gonna do 6 stripes that are about 6 centimeters long. So I'm gonna keep going with the white until it reaches 6 centimeters. Okay, so I've done the first stripe, and for me, 8 half double crochet rows was about 6 centimeters. So now I'm just gonna repeat that 5 more times, so I get 6 stripes in total. And for the next stripe, I'm gonna switch out the white and start with the black. Okay, I've finished doing all the stripes for the leg warmer. So now the next step is to slip stitch it together and then sew on all the ends, and then it's done. Okay, the leg warmer's done.
Okay, so to do the boots, I didn't really have a plan or anything. I just kind of started gluing on the rhinestones and hope for the best. It wasn't too difficult. It was just really time consuming and tedious. And I ended up having to buy 2 more packs of rhinestones and like 6 more super glues. Like, I can't even tell you how many I went through. It was ridiculous. But yeah. And I'm so happy with how they turned out. I think they just look amazing. Oh, something that really helped was that I had this paper packaging from a parcel I'd gotten like the week before. So I kind of stuffed that into the boot, and it really helped the like material to keep its shape while I was gluing on the rhinestones, because as I got to the top and it got more flimsy, it was really hard, and it was really hard to get them to stay and to stick. So that really helped. Yeah. And then you'll probably notice that at some point I add like brown tape around the top of one of the boots. I initially was going to cut off the rhinestones there and then have the leg warmer come down over the boot. But when I tried it on off camera, I actually hated how it looked. It just looked really clunky and horrible. So I ended up taking that off and then rhinestoning the rest of the way up the boot.
these are the final accessories. I'm so happy with how they turned out. They were pretty easy to do, a lot easier than anything else I've done for this outfit. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!
So I'm taking these black pair of boots. I found these in TK Maxx for I think £38. They were originally Zara, and if you don't, oh no, you came off. That's me. No, I don't think I do. Now the girl needs a hat, needs a hat, and a pair of fancy boots, fancy boots, fancy boots. Fucking ice cream van, I swear to God, it's so creepy.